What's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again, back for another DVD and VHS update. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys the DVDs and tapes that I picked up in the past week. And this week, I got really lucky and found some stuff that I couldn't believe. And for the prices I found it, I was extremely happy. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I found this week. So instead of saving the best for last, I'm just going to show you guys the coolest thing that I bought this week first, which is the Sleepaway Camp box set, or the survival kit. And this is actually the early release that comes with the exclusive 4th DVD with Sleepaway Camp 4, the Survivor production footage on it, which was interesting. I actually just watched that last night. And, I thought that maybe they would have tried editing it into a movie, but it was actually just all of the everything that they filmed for it. It was a movie that never got finished, but you get to see every shot that they filmed, like every little thing that they filmed. So I thought it was interesting, but it didn't really do too much for me. I think the coolest part about the Sleepaway Camp 4 thing was the trailer. I thought the trailer was pretty interesting, but other than that, not exactly what I was expecting with that. But this DVD I found used at a video game and DVD store for $20, and even though it's not in the best condition, it has somebody's name written at the top right there, Leanne or something like that. And it's a little dirty, a little beat up, but for $20 it's actually in pretty good condition, because this is a DVD box set that goes anywhere from, I would say, $50 to $100 depending on the condition. And if it's brand new, most of the time I've seen it go for even more than that. So this was a box set that I really thought I was probably never going to own. And this is also an Anchor Bay box set. So if you've seen any of my videos, you know I just love Anchor Bay releases, and especially box sets. But this is just such an awesome box set. This is the coolest thing I've picked up in such a long time. But I'll show you guys what the inside of this looks like really quick. This is the inner part of the box set. Pretty cool. Comes with all 3 Sleepaway Camps in separate cases. And the first Sleepaway Camp, I just watched all 3 of these recently. I've seen the first Sleepaway Camp before, but not in a while. And this is a decent slasher movie. I would say you can put this right up there with Friday the 13th and My Bloody Valentine as being a good 80s slasher movie. So this is nice. This is a pretty good slasher movie. It has everything you would expect out of a slasher film that takes place at a camp. So very reminiscent to the Friday the 13th movies. And of course this movie has its own twist at the end, which is a little strange. But this series is about the serial killer Angela, I guess, who in the first movie is a child, or she's younger in the first movie. I can't remember exactly how old, but again, just really cool. All these came with the inserts. And 2 and 3 kind of try their best to continue the story and try to really set up Angela as a, a franchisable serial killer, kind of like a Jason or a Freddy. They try to do that with her a little bit. But I actually really enjoyed Sleepaway Camp 2. I thought it was fun, cheesy, campy, no pun intended, and I had a lot of fun watching this. I actually would say I almost had more fun watching this one than the first one, but I don't think I would go as far to say as I like this one more than the first one, but I thought that the second one was a lot of fun. And again, with the insert and everything, and all these are in these really nice white cases. So I was so excited about this, and I'm still excited about this set for the price I found it at and everything, $20. And then Sleepaway Camp 3, which I didn't think was as good as Sleepaway Camp 2, but I still had fun watching this one. I would say it was a little bit more cheesier, and I felt like less of a sequel to the Sleepaway Camp than the second one. The second one actually seemed like a pretty good follow-up, like they tried their best to actually make a decent sequel out of it. But again, still had some fun watching this one, and Angela returns to another camp to murder more people. And it's kind of weird because in Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, she's actually like the main character. So you're basically following the serial killer in the second and third one. And in a lot of slasher movies, it's not like that. Usually, a couple of the campers would be the main characters, which is really interesting. And another interesting fact, I guess, Angela is in 2 and 3 is played by Bruce Springsteen's sister, Pamela Springsteen. I don't know, it doesn't really mean anything to me, but I thought that was a little bit interesting. But just really cool, and so excited about this. It's one of the coolest things I picked up such a long time. And then it came with this nice little booklet, the Sleepaway Camp Diary, which I haven't had a chance to read through good, but I did take a quick peek at a couple times. And then the last part of this set is the Sleepaway Camp 4 disc, which is hard to find. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe someone else could let me know in the comments why they stopped putting out this 4th disc in the set, but I know that it's harder to find this pack with the 4th disc, and and later on the set was like re-released without this disc, so not really sure why they did that or whatever. But so that was the highlight of this week. But I also found this, which I was really excited about. This is another addition to my Anchor Bay collection and another addition to my Hammer collection, and this is The Abominable Snowman. And this has stars Peter Cushing, who's a Hammer regular, one of my favorite actors too. And this was just really good. I saw this movie years ago when I was a little kid, and ever since I've always wanted to see it again, because I've always sort of had a slight fascination in the Abominable Snowman, Yeti, Bigfoot things. Especially when I was younger, I was more interested in stuff like that and the Loch Ness Monster. Not as much now, but still. So this actually might have been one of the first Hammer films I've ever seen. It's probably the earliest Hammer movie I ever remember watching. So this is really cool. And this DVD is really hard to find. Usually goes again for about like $100, you know, sometimes less, sometimes actually more. But this is actually not the original Anchor Bay release of this. If you look at the side here, it says DVD R, I think. Yeah, it's like it's just different. It's you can see it better here. It's like video disc DVD R format. This is actually I know Amazon.com does these, and I'm not sure about any other sites, but they actually re-released some of these Hammer films on demand using DVD-R discs, and I know some of those are actually hard to find now, but I've tried for the hardest time to avoid those for my Anchor Bay Hammer collection. But I actually found this one at a thrift store for $3, so at that point I didn't even really care if it wasn't the original or not, because I was just excited to find this for the price I did. So I'm a little disappointed it's not the original Anchor Bay release. It's more of like a cheap re-release that was put out later, either by Amazon.com or another site. I'm not exactly sure what they do with these. Maybe somebody else knows more about this also than me. But like I said, I've tried to avoid these because when I've ordered a lot of my other Hammer Anchor Bay DVDs, a lot of these have popped up on eBay and Amazon. I try my hardest to avoid them because I really want to get the original Anchor Bay versions, but since this DVD goes for so much anyways, I was just happy to find it for the price I did, even if it's not the original. And this is actually basically just a rip of the Anchor Bay edition. It has the Anchor Bay title screen, the Anchor Bay intro, everything, so it's basically just the same DVD. But just to give you guys a better idea how I was like obviously able to tell it wasn't the original Anchor Bay, was by the disc, just with this generic black disc. Yeah, I've never really seen any Anchor Bay DVDs with that, so I was actually iffy about buying this, but once I got it home and I watched it, I was happy to find out that it was just the same DVD as you would get if you bought the Anchor Bay one. It's just a rip or re-release of it, whatever it is. But again, really excited about this. Awesome. Next up is actually Roger Corman's Frankenstein Unbound, and this is Roger Corman's last film he's directed so far. This is just his last film in general, and before this he hadn't put out a movie in a while either, not since the 70s, and this came out in 1990. And just recently I've been interested in checking this out, and I was looking around in FYE for it, and I couldn't find it, so I was a little disappointed. But then I would say probably just like 3 4 days ago, maybe even just like 2 3 days ago, I was at a gas station, getting gas and whatnot, and they had some DVDs there, and I took a quick peek at what they had, and they had a couple copies of this for $5, brand new. So I picked it up, and I watched this one last night. I didn't get all the way through it because I fell asleep like halfway through, but the beginning of this movie was decent. I have to say I do not like the design of the Frankenstein monster. Just very awkward and weird. I thought they could have came up with a better design than they did for that. You can kind of see it a little bit on the spine, but just very strange. I think the design they used for the Frankenstein monster in this. But this is actually a very different take on the Frankenstein story. It starts off in the future. I'm not exactly sure what the date is, but John Hurt is the main character, and he's working with some technology to make some new weapon for the army. But it opened up like an atmospheric, like time warp space thing somehow in the sky with clouds, and he gets sucked through this and gets brought back in time to the 1800s, and he actually meets Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. He actually meets Mary Shelley too, and that's as far as I really got. But what I really liked about this movie is the beginning of it, when it takes place in the future, like Roger Corman used effects that were very reminiscent to 50s and 60s sci-fi movies. He used like painted backdrops of cities and stuff like that, and I just thought it looked really good. I loved the way that the beginning of this movie looked, and just it had a very dystopian, futuristic vibe to it. I just thought it was really cool. Was not expecting that, especially from the DVD package. But basically, the most of the movie takes place in like 1812 or 1813. I forgot. They said the date at one point in the movie, but I don't exactly remember. But again, I thought this was really good. I'm actually really looking forward to finishing this one tonight. Alright, and then next up, I actually picked up the 2-disc special collector's edition of Aliens, and recently, I'd say probably like 2 3 weeks ago, I picked up the 2-disc, the same edition of Alien, and I was really happy with it. I just really liked the way it was set up. I liked the way it came with the director's cut and the theatrical cut, and I liked everything about it. So I saw this one at FYE, so I figured I'd pick it up. And again, this comes with the theatrical cut, and it comes with some sort of director's cut, which is on here. It's just called the 1991 special edition of the movie. So definitely looking forward to watching both versions of the movie, because I love the first two Alien films. The first one is my favorite, but the second one's really good too. So really happy about this. And then last for the DVDs is not a horror movie at all. This is actually a Charlie Brown Christmas, and I found this brand new at a thrift store for $4, which I thought was a good price, because right now at Walmart this goes for like $10, sometimes more than that. Same thing with FYE and a couple other stores that sell like Christmas DVDs. Usually this is like 10 15 bucks on DVD, which I think is kind of overpriced, since the special is only like 25 minutes long. But it also comes with It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown, which I'm sure I've seen. I just, for some reason, I can't remember what that one's all about. So I'm looking forward to watching both of these. Christmas is sneaking up pretty fast right now, so definitely in the next couple days or so, I'm going to sit down and watch both of these Charlie Brown specials. It's really cool here. I actually had the tape of this, so I was glad to actually upgrade to the DVD finally. And then last for the update is the only tape that I picked up, and it's Alien 3. So now I actually have the whole Alien series on VHS, and I've actually passed on this a couple times at thrift stores because I couldn't find it in really nice condition. For some reason, most of the time when I find this tape, it's like torn up or just not in good condition. So I was really happy to find it in decent condition, and like I said, now I have the whole Alien series on tape. I'm actually not a huge fan of Alien 3 or Resurrection, but since I like the first two so much, and especially since the first Alien movie is one of my favorite movies ever, I just like to collect the whole series. So, But that was the update this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and definitely leave a thumbs up or a comment if you did. And later on this week, I'll be posting up my Christmas video, and I should have, you know, another video or two also up for the end of the month, so, you know, you guys can look forward to that. And again, thanks for watching.